can you use 12 times 42 binoculars for bird watching? Well, yes. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay, let's go into a little bit more detail than that. So just go through the advantages and disadvantages, and a disadvantage to one person may be an advantage to another, but I will try to explain that as we go along. So obviously 42mm binocular, so they're a similar weight and size to an 8 or a 10 times, the only difference being the focal length of the eyepiece. That's about the only difference regards size. Now obviously a little bit more magnification, and so if you struggle to hold binoculars steady, these are maybe not for you unless you use the tripod adapter thread here at the front, and so you can put them on a bird hide clamp, for example, tripod, monopod, car window mount, etc. And so yeah, if you're using them on a mount, then yeah, okay. With some 12 times 42 binoculars, the eye relief is not really suitable for spectacle wearers. I find with these, the Helios Mistral 12 times 42, there is plenty of eye relief I found with my glasses on, so no problem there. So there are a couple of other, well, maybe three things which could be described as an advantage or disadvantage depending on which way you look at it. The field of view obviously is going to be narrower, and so if you're looking at things really close up, you're going to struggle to get the bird or whatever you're looking at in view, or if there's two or three of them you might only be able to pick out one. And so for mid distance onwards, then that narrow field of view can be an advantage, because you don't want to look at the outer edges of the view. You just want to look at the subject and have it in effect an almost more intimate observing session with whatever you're looking at. And so that can be an advantage. And also an advantage that some may see as a disadvantage is the shallower depth of field. Now for the experienced user that is quite used to using the focus wheel quite a lot, then that's not a problem to home in on that focus. To somebody that's not used to binoculars, maybe get a 7 or 8 magnification binocular first just to get used to focusing. But an advantage that can have with a shallower depth of field, what it helps do is throw the background more out of focus due to that shallower depth of field, and again that makes the subject stand out more and increases that sort of sense of depth, if you know what I mean. And so yeah, it can have an advantage or disadvantage depending on which way you look at it. I would say another slight disadvantage with a 12 times 42 or the higher powered binoculars is close-up work. Usually the close focus on these, well, it's around about 2 meters, so it's excellent, but you will find you will have a slight drop off in contrast when using a 12 times as compared to a 8 times, in particular when viewing things close up. And so yeah, just summing up, if you are okay with that shallower depth of field, the narrower field of view, and having to use the focuser just that little bit more to nail that sharp focus, then these, you can certainly use these for just everyday use and mid-distance and beyond bird watching. So I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't done so already, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and I shall see you next time.